Welcome to Pathways to Wellness. I'm your host, Jude, here with Tony, the Urban Epicurean. Welcome, Tony.
Hi, Jude. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Today, we are going to shake up your pre-run or workout nutrition with a delicious shake prepared for us by Tony. I can't wait to see what you're going to whip up for us today.
Well, I really think you're going to love what we have today. It's a little bit different, and I'm excited to tell you all about it.
I always love everything you do. Did you know that what you eat, or I should even say do not eat before your long runs, can make or break your workout? You may question whether or not you should eat before your runs because of abdominal discomfort due to the prolonged up and down movement of the stomach. So you want to identify the best pre-run foods. Truth is, there's no magic food nor combination that will ensure absolute top performance for everyone because each of you has a unique preference and aversion to foods. There are 3 crucial functions of pre-run nourishment. Eating before exercise helps to prevent low blood sugar, which can cause fatigue, blurred vision, lightheadedness, and interfere with top performance. If the correct foods are chosen, eating before a run can help you postpone hunger and settle the stomach by absorbing gastric juices. Food provides additional fuel for the muscles, which is especially important in prolonged exercise. Here are a few guidelines you should remember when choosing the foods you will eat before a long run. Choose carbohydrates with a moderate to low glycemic effect to provide the fuel for the entire run. So what do I mean by low glycemic effect? Carbohydrates are divided into categories according to their ability to contribute glucose to the bloodstream, otherwise known as their glycemic index. Carbohydrates such as honey, Gatorade, white bread, and potatoes enter the bloodstream very quickly, providing a sudden burst of energy. These are high glycemic. This is beneficial during and immediately after exercising, but isn't recommended for a pre-run meal. Low to moderate glycemic index foods are desirable because they enter the bloodstream slowly. Examples include bananas, dried apricots, yogurt, milk, kidney beans, apples, and pears. When eaten an hour before a long run, these foods will be digested enough to be burned for fuel, and then will continue to provide sustained energy during your run. Next, limit high-fat foods. Be cautious with sugary foods before exercise that may spike, then crash your blood sugar levels. Also, allow adequate digestion time before you run. You should allow at least 3 or 4 hours for a large meal to digest, 2 to 3 hours for a smaller meal, 1 to 2 hours for a liquid meal, and less than an hour for a small snack. However, you will need to experiment with the timing to determine what works best for you. Today we're going to blend up some liquid fuel for you all to try at home. Tony, what do you got prepared for us today?
Well, first off, I'm really happy that we have 3 of the checklists for the pre-run qualifications here with our bananas. That's a whole banana chopped up, and that's high in potassium to prevent some cramping. We have a green apple chopped up, skin on, and just make sure you wash that skin because you want the extra nutrients in there and give you a good source of fiber. And our protein, we also have some skim milk.
And you can use soy milk or almond milk if anyone is lactose intolerant, or
lots of options.
Yep, lots of options.
And here is the MVP of our pre-run drink today. It's the chia seed, and it's not just a plant for your desk or your window anymore. Chia seeds are actually a powerhouse of nutrition and energy. They're high in omega-3, and they help you feel fuller longer. They give you a huge boost of energy without weighing you down. It's a perfect pre-run supplement.
I've actually never had this, so I'm excited to try it.
You know, I just recently came across it. I was reading a book by a gentleman called Christopher McDougall, and his book was called Born to Run. And I came across it, and if you don't mind me getting my narrative on for a moment, I'd like to read to you and the home audience.
I didn't know you're such a runner.
Well, you know, I hide under my chef's coat. Try this, a Tarahumara woman once told an exhausted explorer who collapsed at the base of a mountain. She handed him a gourd full of a murky liquid, the chia gel. He swallowed a few gulps and was amazed to feel new energy pulsing in his veins. He got to his feet and scaled the peak like an over-caffeinated Sherpa. The Tarahumara explorer would later report also guarded the recipe to a special energy food that leaves them trim, powerful, and unstoppable. A few mouthfuls packed enough nutritional punch to let them run all day without rest.
And that
is the power of the chia seed.
I can't wait to try it.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a scoop of our chia seed here, and we're going to put it into about a 1/4 cup of water.
Wow, that looks very interesting.
It is very interesting. And we're going to put that in our water here. Then we're going to give it a nice stir and let that sit because we want it to get to a nice gel-like consistency. And that's really going to activate our chia seeds. Just give that an extra mix and let that sit just a moment. Okay, now we're just going to go back to our ingredients into our blender.
And we're adding orange juice.
We're adding some orange juice, about a 1/2 cup.
C. It will also help with your immune system.
So perfect for year-round. We have
I'm a winter runner, so that would be great for me.
Perfect, and we have our bananas here. And I love bananas, especially even just in its natural form or even in a nice drink. It's just, I always love doing it before a run.
I actually like to freeze my bananas before I make a shake because it gives it that cool, thicker consistency that I love.
I got to start trying that. And then we have our apples. Can you freeze the apples too, or just better off going straight?
Better off going straight
Okay.
with them.
See, even I learn new things all the time. We have our milk.
Again, you can use any substitute for that.
And here you can see our chia is getting nice and gel-like here. So we got our blend and we're going to add that in. And this stuff really gives you such a great boost. And you can see as it poured in there that it did have a nice gel-like consistency. And I would advise always mix it with something. It's a little bit rough just as a standalone supplement, as most are. And then we're just going to go in here and we're going to puree that up. Give a minute for our apples and our bananas to get nice and pureed.
That actually looks good.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
All right, and I think we're about good. Let me just see. I just see a little bit of apple still floating around in there. Okay. And as always, Jude will be able to enjoy the concoctions that we mix.
I'm a little nervous about this one. Oh, it actually smells really fresh.
Get that nice whiff of the apple and banana, and the chia seed kind of hides in there.
That's actually really good.
See, and
That's
wait,
great.
and it feels even better once that chia seed kicks in. See, we
love
both
it.
taught each other some stuff today. You taught me about freezing some fruit for the drink, and I actually got to introduce you a supplement. So,
Really, the only flavors you can taste are the banana and the apple, and a little bit of the orange juice. It's great. And I actually like the consistency. It makes it a little bit thicker.
yeah, it makes you feel a little bit fuller, and again, you know, you're ready for a nice long run.
This is absolutely delicious. You always come up with the greatest things for our show. Try this at home and go for a run. Don't forget to allow time for digestion. Finding what works best for you may take some experimenting, but once you figure out what works, stick to it. Thank you, Tony.
My pleasure, Jude. I hope you enjoyed.
I always enjoy what you make. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Pathways to Wellness. I'm your host, Jude.
And I'm Tony.
Remember, go well, go strong.